weeks since I've done a live. I had a really bad cold last week and a headache, and so I just decided to show myself some kindness and compassion and not jump on here. Trying to be as consistent as I can, though, in my life, because consistency definitely is the key to improving in any aspect of your life. Just watched an amazing podcast. Mel Robbins was interviewing, I can't remember the name of the doctor. She wrote a book called Grit, Grit. It's one of Mel's latest episodes, and it was absolutely amazing, talking about, yes, some people are born with certain talents. I think, we sometimes call these people proteges, but you can become an expert. You can become quite talented in something, even if you don't have that edge, just by being consistent, showing up for yourself every single day and doing something, moving forward. And that's what I try to do in my life. I'm not perfect, never will be. I'm a work in progress. I will be till the day I die. Lifelong learner. So my name is Jules. If this is the first time that you've ever caught me on YouTube, I have a YouTube channel called Rise with Jules. And I'm on today, not just to talk about who I am and what I'm doing here in this space, but I thought maybe I'll have a theme today. And my theme is talking about your morning routines. And my morning routine is quite scheduled out. It works for me. It doesn't work for everybody. So if that's not something that will work for you, then this isn't for you. But my morning routine that works for me actually starts the night before, and that is something that I learned over the years, that if I have a well-planned evening, I have an amazing start to my new day. And it works every single time, and it's a charm. So I'm going to talk to you about that. And so my evening routine, when I do it step by step, because I don't always, because at night sometimes I'm tired and I skip some of the things. But my evening routine would start with me making myself a cup of tea and reading something that I'm interested in. And in the evenings, I tend to read fiction because I read a lot of nonfiction. I read a ton of self-help books. And just, I love learning. I absorb that stuff. Like I said a little earlier, I'm a lifelong learner. So my evening routine, my morning routine starts in the evening, because I really do believe that's where the success is, in the morning. And so I start with a cup of tea, chamomile, I read, and then when I'm ready to go to bed, I brush my teeth, I clean my face, and it's amazing how I do those things that I never used to do when I drank. So if you have never watched my YouTube channel, Rise with Jules, I do talk about trauma and addiction and things like that. And so it's just amazing how my evening routine, since I've given up alcohol, has really improved. And I'm just so blessed that I now can do all these simple little things that people think, well, of course you brush your teeth, of course you wash your face. But if you drink, and you drink regularly like I used to, like red wine every night, a lot of times you skip brushing your teeth and you don't wash your face. And so these are things that I really I'm grateful for. I really am. Simple little things like that. And hello to the people that are on here now. There's 9 of you on here now, and I really appreciate you listening. So I'm talking about my morning routines and how they start the night before. So again, I have my tea, my chamomile tea, and then I read a bit of fiction. And then I, do my bathroom routine, then I go to bed. And I had surgery in April, and so I'm quite menopausal again. So I actually journal at night, and this is my guided breathe mental health journal, premium journal that I created, and I sell on Amazon as well as locally if you're in the Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada area. And so I journal at night now as well to get all of these crazy thoughts out of my head and onto a piece of paper. And then I do on Insight Timer, I do a yoga nidra, which really, really, really helps me with my sleep because my sleep is disrupted again. Then when I wake up in the morning, my day just starts so much better because I've had this really amazing evening routine. And in the morning, after I feed my cats, because if I don't feed my cats, then I'm in the doghouse. So I meditate in the morning. I journal in the morning. Again, I use my journal, and the spiral version of this premium journal is coming out in mid-November. It'll be available if you're interested. And also, this cover is made from recycled plastic that comes out of the ocean. So I really believe in recycling. I really believe in the environment. And so the cover of this journal is from plastic that comes from the ocean. So I'm really proud of that as well. So, and then my morning, meditation and journaling, just getting my thoughts out, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. It doesn't have to be for 5 or 10 minutes. A lot of people say, oh, I'm not a journaler. I would challenge that, because journaling can just be asking yourself how you're feeling. My guided journal, every day I have prompts that will just ask you, how are you feeling emotionally? But also, how is your body feeling? And that's a more somatic, well-rounded way of looking at your life and how to heal. And then also, my journal will ask you, what needs your attention that day, like on any given day. Maybe it is just strictly simply a to-do list. Maybe there are actually some things that need your attention, that you need to think about, like emotionally, your inner work, and you might write those down. And then a mantra. My mantra today, I wrote a mantra this morning, and it's I am exactly where I need to be today or on any given day. This is exactly where I need to be. And I live by that. I really do. I didn't always. I've done a ton of healing over the years. So that's that's it. Like I said, my morning routine starts the night before, and then it sets me up for an amazing day. And I notice that when I have these routines, and I don't just leave my mornings or my evenings nilly-nally, like when I actually have a purpose, it makes a huge difference in how I feel about my day and where I am, and whether I'm living above the line or whether I'm living below the line on any given day, and where my thoughts might go. And I do find that with my morning routine that starts the evening before, I have a better outlook in life, and I tend to be more responsive as opposed to reactive in life. I can sit in the pause. Meditation makes such a huge difference in how I tackle the rest of the day. It truly does. And sometimes my meditation is no more than 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't always meditate for 20 minutes at a time. It depends on how I'm feeling that morning, but I do make sure that I do a short meditation so that I can do some breathing exercises. And one of my favorite breathing exercises is a box breathing, where you would breathe in for 4, and then you would hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4, and then do it again at least 2 more times. And you will notice that, especially if you are feeling anxious, and some mornings people wake up feeling anxious, and so your cortisol level is very high if that's happening. And so by doing this activity, you're taking your body from a sympathetic nervous system where it's fight and flight to a parasympathetic nervous system area where you're in rest and digest, and you're a lot more calm. And taking a pen or a pencil, whatever, and paper, and writing in this journal, or any journal, just a piece of paper, that has been proven scientifically to take you from the fight and flight to the rest and digest. So between meditation and journaling, and you don't need to be perfect with it. You can just, even if you don't know what to write, you can write, I don't know what to write today. that in itself is still going to take you from here to here. And if you have any questions about journaling, if you want to have a discussion about journaling, because journaling is such a passion of mine, and having a really healthy routine is a passion of mine as well, and meditation, it's made a huge difference in my life. I have experienced trauma. I was addicted. Well, some people would say that you're always addicted. Once addicted, always addicted. I don't know about that, but whatever. It doesn't matter. What I do know is right now I don't drink, and it has made my life so much better. And a lot of my healing has been through journaling, has been through just pen to paper, writing down my thoughts, and looking at not just how I'm feeling emotionally, but how I'm feeling physically. What is my body trying to tell me? And I got a lot of that information from people like Dr. Gabor Mate, and watching podcasts like Mel Robbins. She has just amazing people on her podcast. I've learned so much. And I also took a certification in life coaching through COVID, through a college in Vancouver, BC. It was a 6-month program, and I learned a lot. It was almost like 6 months of therapy, and it was amazing. It was wonderful. I learned a lot. I healed. I healed a lot, and I'm still healing. Again, I'm a work in progress. I'm a lifelong learner, and I am going to keep showing up here with these lives every Friday at 12:30 Atlantic Standard Time, which is 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. I am going to continue to do shorts on my YouTube channel, Rise with Jules. I also have, just a little plug before I say goodbye and sign off, I have a new school. School is a platform, SKOOL. It's a new platform, and there's communities on there. There's memberships on there, and I have a community for specifically midlife women, or a bit younger or older, who are feeling stuck maybe, or just looking for other women, like-minded women to create a community with, to work on living the life of their dreams, living a life of courage, and working on their limiting beliefs and fears. And if you're interested in joining that community, the first 50 women can join for free. It's a bare bones community right now. There's not a lot going on in there. It's very quiet, because I've got about 30 women, and the first 50 women are free for life. All I ask is that you fill out a survey to tell me what kind of content you'd like to have in that community. So if this is something that interests you as well, and you're still listening, please mention it in the comments below, or direct message me and let me know you're interested, and I will get you the link to join. So thank you once again for listening, and being part of my journey. If you'd asked me a few years ago if I'd be on YouTube, if I'd have a YouTube channel, if I'd be selling a product, my Breathe Premium Guided Journal, none of that seemed possible 5 or 6 years ago. So it's a journey, and I hope you're enjoying your journey as well. So thank you.